Hello.
The classic mistake of not unmuting myself, but I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, I can definitely hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm having a really good time.
Your voice is coming out a little low, Cecilia. You may have to adjust your mic.
Mm, yeah, I swapped computers really quick. So, any better?
It's fluctuating. The volume is up and down.
Let's go edit. Mhm.
But
How
what I can
about
say is
this?
it's everything. Sorry.
How about this?
Um, a little bit more.
A little more. Okay. Nothing like debugging. How about now?
Yes, this is better.
Awesome.
Cool. I was going through the chat and I can see folks from all across the globe joining us for API Week. I can already feel the excitement in the chat.
Hmm.
Uh, Cecilia, we know that we have been doing API weeks for quite some time. Has there been any favorite streams that you've run in the past? Do you remember any?
Do I remember any is a good question. um, I think once upon a time ago, one of the streams that I did I think may have been for API week, and it was about sharks. I was doing a shark tracking application because I
Oh,
thought it would be funny.
I have no memory of it. How long ago was that?
2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
If someone in the chat tells us that the volume is still fluctuating, I guess it's yours.
Uh, yeah, it's probably likely mine. Let me go fix some more settings.
Cool. While this is that done, I am going to quickly go through the chat and see what's happening in here. Indeed, 404, long time no see. We're going to tell the world about it in just a little bit. So we'll hold on to that for a little bit more. Um, who else do we have in the chat? Have any of you been around for API Week, Global Hack Week in the past and have any favorites that you want to share with us? I think it's been quite some time since I ran a technical stream. I honestly don't remember the last one that I ran, but I had quite a lot of fun when I was doing it. I think one of the Web3 weeks is when I ran a stream back in the day. Oh, and there's 404 who remembers the Shark Tracker. That's nice to see. Yeah, we are looking into Cecilia's voice. Can you all hear me okay? Or is my audio is creating troubles today? First time hacker, love to see it. If you're still clueless on what's going on here, don't worry. We're just getting things started. We're giving Cecilia a little bit extra time to figure out audio issues, but we will tell you a lot more about everything that's going on this week.
I haven't changed anything because I wanted to see if it was you or not. I wonder if it's
So
just that I'm not talking loudly enough.
I okay. Someone in the chat says mine is okay, so I think it's your audio.
Um, this is what I get for swapping computers like this. Hmm.
Oh, we have someone from Egypt as well. That's nice to see. Cecilia, do you want to take a couple hop off stage and pick this up?
Yeah,
I
I'll be
will be
right
chatting
back.
with you.
Since
Well, at every Global Hack Week streams that we run, we do a special segment that we keep for a little later during when we go through the slides. But I think this is also a good point for us to get into that and talk a little bit about that. We will talk about all the things that you can win this week, including swag, but we also do this thing called surprise swag. Don't worry if you don't know what that means. We'll talk to you a little bit more about that. But during the opening ceremony, we also give out surprise swag to one hacker who stands out in the chat, or we give them a prompt to reply to, and then we one pick one favorite. Are you back?
try 2 or 3. Is that better?
Uh, Say a longer sentence.
Say a longer sentence.
Um, I think it's still not there yet.
Not there yet. Oh, the mic just isn't. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. This is frustrating. You know what? I might. We're gonna go back to my other. Hang on.
Cool. Take your time. Yeah. Um, yeah. So we run this special segment where we give out a surprise prize. I am feeling a little excited right now to do that right away. How about all of you in the chat, tell me if you've been to any MLH event in the past, and this can be you maybe going to a Global Hack Week, going to any of our offline events, any of our digital hackathons for that matter. I see a couple of folks in the chat also talking about the road shows. If you've gone to a road show before, if you've gone to anything that had MLH involved, tell us here in the chat, and I'm going to pick one lucky winner. I'll give all of you a little bit of a time to catch up. I know there's always a lag between when I speak real time and then when it gets to all of you in the live chat. But all you need to do is drop the names of events that you've been to in the recent past or whenever it is that you've been to one. And then I'm going to close my eyes, scroll through the chat, and pick one lucky winner. And while you do that, I'm going to scroll back in the chat to see if we had anything else go on in the chat. Yeah, we see some with the noise. We will get that fixed real quick.
Okay, how about now?
This is perfect.
Yay!
Let's finally get it done. So I thought we could have the surprise prize being given out right at the start. So I asked everyone to tell us what event they've been to or what MLH event they've been to in the past. And now that your audio is fixed, I'm going to put you on the spot whenever you are ready to scroll through the chat and pick a winner.
Ooh, okay. For an MLH event. Okay. We have a lot of first timers.
Yeah, we'll count first timers as well.
Yeah, there's just everybody saying first timers. I'm like, I need somebody. Wow. Welcome so many first timers. Okay, I think I have one. Hack Night?
Yeah,
That
of
one was.
course.
I think that might be our pick then.
We did this a while ago. I think we did this thing where we would get together during a weekend, all online, and listen to professionals from the community come and deliver a talk. This was, I think, somewhere to the end of 2024 or 2023, but it looks like this is a historic MLH person in the chat. But all you have to do right now is click a screenshot of what you see uh, of your chat being pinned to the screen, and we'll tell you what exactly you need to do when we get through it. And don't worry, if not, I will keep your chat also safe for me. And when we get to talking about surprise prize and how you can claim it, we will remind you once. So just stick around. Now that we have things looking all right, looking all fixed, Cecilia, do you want to get started with some introductions?
Absolutely. Thanks for being patient with me. My name is Cecilia. I'm a coach at Major League Hacking. And if you remember me from last Global Hack Week, you know that I was working on a sweater. It is so close to being done. I finished the sleeves and I rewarded myself by starting a new knitting project. So now I'm working on a scarf.
Nice. Are we getting sweater pictures anymore?
You'll have to wait until I finish the sweater, which, like I said, I have like 12 centimeters left on it. And so maybe before the end of this Global Hack Week, if it's done, I will take a photo and you'll get a progress photo, and I will show the new project if I make some progress tomorrow.
Of course, we'll wait. For someone who knows nothing about knitting, how long does 12 centimeters take to knit?
It depends on the project. It depends on the pattern.
I see.
And also it depends on like how big the project is. And given I'm doing the bottom of the sweater, it's gonna take a couple hours if I'm like watching a TV show and just sitting there, because it's the same stitch over and over again. It's just it's really wide. So yeah, it'll be a little bit. But if you're doing like a really small thing, 12 centimeters can come fairly quickly unless you're using really, really small yarn, in which case that takes forever.
Makes sense. Cecilia, I think we lost you for a second there, but you're back now. For everybody in the chat, your task for today or for this week is to make sure that you go hype up Cecilia and make sure that sweater and the new project gets completed. So every time you see Cecilia on screen, the chat should go sweater, 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 knitting project, photos, any of that, right?
The scarf will not be completed in this Global Hack Week. It is too small.
Okay, we'll just do sweaters and knitting as keywords.
Yeah, I'll show you progress pictures of the scarf, and when the sweater's done, you get the final picture of that.
Cool. So all
there is Global Hack Week on Monday, I think, that I'm doing. So you can ask me for update. I can try and work on it on Sunday.
Okay, I already have sweaters in the chat for you. So I am feeling confident this is going to be how you.
This will be how I finally finish it. It's only been a whole year of I'm gonna do it.
Yes, we will definitely get that done. Well, if you were wondering who I was, I am Siddharth. I work as a first-party events coordinator at Major League Hacking, which means that I get to work on all of our digital events. If you've been to any, Global Hack Week being one of them. I also work on our digital hackathons. You probably have gone to some of our partnered events that we've run on our Discord server. I also get to work with our student hackathon organizers in Asia Pacific and Europe. So all that put together is what I do at MLH. My highlight here is that I went to my first MLH AI roadshow. I know not all of you in the chat would be aware of that. And if you saw 404 in the chat, be like, long time no see. We actually met in person yesterday at this AI roadshow, and that was for the first time ever that I got to see 404. It took me a little bit to understand who this person was, because of course we've never seen 404's face. We've only seen 404's the epic cartoon that 404 always has. But we got to meet in person. We had so much fun. Again, 404 being 404 in the chat. But for all of you who don't know, who have probably not heard the MLH AI Roadshow before, these are events that we are bringing to several locations all across the globe, where you get a chance to interact with Google Gemini and several awesome things that the Gemini ecosystem has, including Nano Banana, a model for images, VO for videos. I'm sure you've seen this at multiple parts and multiple walks of life. Uh, I wanted to take this opportunity to announce that we are bringing the next MLH AI Roadshow to Bengaluru in India. So if any of you, and I saw a bunch of you, oh, I also already see people asking when in India, so I think you're already aware. But everyone in the chat who's going to be in India in the month of January, we have not released dates yet, but January is when we are planning for. If you are going to be in there and you want to register your interest or be up to date with whenever we make more announcements, I'm going to drop this link in the chat that you can use to sign up for it. But there's going to be a different sign up page that goes live closer to when we actually announce the dates and make registrations live. But you can use that link right now to make sure you are updated with it, and we'll send you all the announcements when that happens. But coming back to Global Hack Week, we know there's a lot that we need to tell you, so we're going to go right into it now. Global Hack Week is hosted by Major League Hacking, but if you are wondering what Major League Hacking is, you've probably heard us say that a couple of times already. We run the Global Hacker community, and it's a mission to empower hackers just like all of you in the chat. I had the opportunity to meet several of you at the event that I went to last evening, but I'm sure all of you have gone to several other places where you've met an MLH alumni, and we do all of these. We provide all of this support through all of the different events that we partner with, any workshops that we run, and also internship alternatives that we run. And by being at this event or by being at any MLH event, you're now part of a community that has over 1 million hackers. We keep saying over 1 million hackers, but if you count the number of zeros in there, it's now 200,000 more than 1 million hackers. So we are always excited to see so many of you come around and be part of our community. But if this is your first Global Hack Week, like we saw a lot of you say in the chat that you were coming in for the first time, we are so excited to have you here, and we're going to do our best to make sure that we explain what's happening in here and how you can make the most of it. But like 404 and other people in the chat, if you've been here for several more Global Hack Weeks, we are equally thrilled to have you here. But what exactly is Global Hack Week, Cecilia?
Well, it's a wonderful week where we get to have this every month. It's a chance for you to learn something new, because usually there's a theme, and this month's theme is API. So if you had a chance to learn about APIs at any of our earlier Global Hack Weeks, now is your chance to show how much you've grown since then. And if you're joining us for the first time, this is a great way to get started. And that's all Global Hack Weeks. It's a great way to get started, to learn from other coaches, partners, and plenty of informative individuals who are here to teach you all sorts of creative ways to engage with our theme of the week. We have lots of partners and resources joining us, such as Figma, which will have a workshop this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern or 1 p.m. tomorrow, or ends 1 p.m. tomorrow, where you can sign up for a Figma education account if you're still an active student, and we'll have a little bit of a beginner-friendly design challenge to work on through our partner challenges. Next, we have GitHub, where we have some workshops today at 2 p.m. Eastern and 11 a.m. Eastern on Monday. You'll be able to sign up for the GitHub Student Developer Pack and complete beginner-friendly challenges as well. I guarantee you, every Global Hack Week, these challenges are so easy to get started with, and they'll escalate in their difficulty so you can take your time learning all the things you need to. Next up, we have MongoDB, where we also have some workshops at 12 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Eastern on Monday. With this
By earning skills badges, you'll also get a special sticker. So, as you hear more about us throughout the week and the things that we offer, we do really like to reinforce that we value your time spent with us, time spent doing our challenges and working with our partners, and we love to reward you for the different things that you'll do. And once again, more beginner friendly challenges to work on. Then we've got Auth Zero with a workshop today at 1 p.m. Eastern and another one on Monday. And again, more beginner friendly technical challenges to work on. And we have a lot of partners. Oh my gosh. Props to Ro and Alex. I haven't skimmed this far. We also have Cloudflare, where we have a workshop at 1 p.m. Eastern today. I think, did we have a few at 1 p.m. Eastern, or am I just getting confused?
That's going to be me moderating it, but we have someone from Cloudflare coming in to run this workshop.
Okay. And we also have a chance to work on Cloudflare products this week. So the wonderful thing about our partners is that you get a chance to interact with these people while they're on stream, which means if you have burning questions that you've always wanted to ask a developer, a representative, that is your chance to go ahead and interact with them. Show them how much you love our products, where they could improve to make sure that you're getting the best hacker experience out of them. We really love our partners. Global Hack Week is a chance to bring together the hacker community, the partners and industry folks that are looking for people like you, and a chance to empower you with the skills that you might need for whatever hackathon you go to, side project you create, or wherever your path takes you. So tell us more about checking in and the things that people will get, Starth.
Of course. And I see in the chat, shout out for Rosendo and Alex. If you all don't know Rosendo and Alex yet, both of them work with our partners who make it possible for us to be giving you all of these free resources to use during the week and upskill yourself and stand out of the crowd. So huge shout out to Rosendo and Alex. You're going to see Ro on a stream, I think, right after this. So make sure to go tell him that you're loving all the work that he's doing and make sure that he's super pumped going into that stream. But to talk logistics real quick and make sure that you're all set up before we dive into the main event, which is going to be right after the opening ceremony, the first thing that you need to do is go to this link. That's emilish.link/global hack week. The link is in the chat already. Go to this link and make sure that you register and check in for it. That's one way for us to know that you are here. And that's also getting you one step closer to earning swag during the week. But how do you really make sure that you've already checked in, or if you are doing this the right way? When you open that link, you will see something similar to what you see on that screenshot there. You will see a register button, which will also remind you to check in a few hours before the stream goes live. So there are two different steps that you need to follow. Registering is one way for you to tell us that you're interested in coming to the stream, and that's when you'll get reminders of when things go live. But checking in is how we really count that you were really here and you're liking these streams. That also helps us make a better schedule for the next time, depending on how interested you were in going to a stream with a particular topic and all that knowledge that we get from you registering to events. But you will have to do this for every live stream that you go to and not just for the main event. As an example, I'm going to drop a link in the chat, which is your registration link for this opening ceremony. And you will find streamers, whenever they're on stream, share a link like that, which will be for that particular live stream. So make sure you register and check in for it. And for every live stream that you check into, you're getting points for it. And I'll keep that link on the screen for a little bit before you can uh, tell me in the chat if you're facing any issues. But to talk swag real quick, and I'll hand it over to Cecilia in just a little bit. But the first thing that you can do, and we've already seen everybody in the chat being excited about the Hacktoberfest tea as well. I know that's super cool. I remember having at least three Hacktoberfest t-shirts, having collected three Hacktoberfest t-shirts. I don't know if I have them still around somewhere, but I was super excited when I would get shipments from a different part of the globe coming to me. But you will also get a lot of physical swag when you hack with us throughout this week. But if you are not wanting to wait so much and want to get started right now, what you need to do is go to the main link or the main event link, which was emilish.link/GHW. You will find a cute little GHW frame that we have linked you to in the resources section down below. Just go download that, add your photos into it, and go tell the world that you were hacking with us and you're starting to hack with us at API Week right now. We really love to share all the different pictures that you upload and the stories that you have tagged us on. So make sure that you also tag us. You're going to find us with the handle Major League Hacking or ML Hacks, which is typically the two things that we typically use. So make sure you tag us and let us know that you've been sharing the news with the world. Cecilia, do you want to talk about physical swag at Global Hack Weeks?
Absolutely. So You probably are interested in what our swag is, but in order to get it, I'll tell you that first, and then I will tell you what some of the swag is. You can get basic swag by registering and checking in to mlh.link/GHW. That's the first step. The second step is to submit a recent address to mlh.link/address. If you have recently moved and you don't know if you've updated it, go ahead and resubmit. If you aren't sure if we have your most recent address, go ahead and submit. And if you're just joining us, go ahead and submit. This ensures that as soon as we are ready to hit send on all those packages for you, they will be sent out at the earliest. And third, and finally, the way to really cement that you're going to get swag this week or earn swag this week to get later, is that you complete the featured challenges on GHW's mlh.io/challenges. We've no longer recently launched a platform for you to see all the challenges and work on completing them. I definitely will mention that these initial featured challenges are going to take you no more than 5 minutes each, if that. To be honest, I think they all might take 5 minutes total if you're really speedy and you know what to do. And in some cases, some people already have these things, so it's even easier for you to prove that you've already done these challenges. So to reiterate, make sure you register and check into mlh.link/GHW to make sure you've checked into the event. You've submitted a recent address, and you've completed the featured challenges. And depending on how much time is left after this stream or any other streams, would be a great opportunity for you to go ahead and do those featured challenges. And now as for what you will get, we always send a postcard saying, thank you so much for joining us. And we also send some special MLH stickers. But there is some bonus swag that you could potentially get, which is that by checking into at least 5 live events, including this one, which that means if you've checked in today for this event, you now have 4 more events to attend, you will get extra special stickers. It makes it easy for us to send things. I wish we could send bigger things, but that's what the secret swag is for anyway. Oh, I forgot. We also get extra stickers of MongoDB. I did mention this, but if you are able to complete a skill badge through MongoDB, you will also get a sticker that is very custom. I still have yet to get it because I haven't gone to an event, but you'll get a custom MLH and MongoDB hexagon sticker. So if you're making your laptop the best hexagon pattern ever, this is yet another easy way to get another hexagon for it. And we've mentioned surprise prizes a couple of times. We did so earlier, but folks who are active in the chat with various MLHers, active in Discord, sometimes we get a chance to offer them extra benefits to being a wonderful community member. We're looking for the people who are super helpful, are willing to engage with our questions, and plenty else. But as for when it happens, I'm not in charge of that, so they really are a surprise.
Right.
Go ahead.
For the winner we picked earlier, if you're still around here, and I really, really hope you're around here, all you need to do is click a screenshot of this page, and I'll tell you how to go down and claim it. But because we did a surprise prize right at the beginning, I was feeling adventurous enough to go pick up another winner. So I kept scrolling through everybody who said that they were here for the first time, and I decided to select another winner. So if this person here is also in the chat, we would love to give you a surprise prize. All you need to do is click a screenshot of what you see on your screens right now, and I'll quickly walk you through what you need to do. We will give you 10 seconds to do that while I go through the questions or through the chat to see if you have any questions there. Oh, I see someone here in the chat saying that they like to get the challenges done real quick because they are too short and easy challenges make them procrastinate. Don't be that person ever. Go complete it right away. Make sure that you get your bonus swag and then come back, watch live streams and earn a lot of them this week. What else do we have here? Perfect. I think that was enough time for us to take screenshots. But when you are doing that, or when you have won a surprise prize, what our staff will ask you to do is to click a screenshot and open a support ticket on Discord to claim it. But speaking of Discord, let's make sure that you understand what's going to happen over on Discord. First things first, if you don't know where that exists, it's over on discord.mlh.io. That link should be in the chat.
We all did it.
Yeah. You see our excitement. I'm sure you understand how excited we are for you to come and join us on our Discord server. But once you're in there, we need you to go find a channel that says start here. You will find that on the left. It's typically, I think, the first channel that you're going to find, but just scroll through, you will see that there. What we want you to do in there is to link your Discord and my MLH accounts. If you've not ever registered for an MLH event, this might be your first time logging into my MLH, but it's super easy for you to get set up. There's also a link to a YouTube video that will show you the steps involved in linking both of those accounts. But when you have done that, that's how you're going to get access to interacting with everybody in the chat, everybody in the Discord server, and being able to send messages on all channels that exist in there. The next thing, we've already talked about this, but once you register and check into the main event that was on mlh.link/GHW, you are automatically assigned the Global Hack Week role now, meaning you don't need to answer any questions if you were here around for our previous Global Hack Weeks. We've been telling you to go answer a few questions and say yes to those questions, but none of that has to happen anymore. You only need to register and check into the main event, and you will be assigned the Global Hack Week role, meaning that's when you will get access to all the Global Hack Week specific channels this week. And if you were still confused, and if you don't know, if you want to still verify if you have access to Global Hack Week channels, you will be able to find a channel called API Week. If you see that in there, and if you're able to send messages, you are all set for the week. Now, coming quickly back to support tickets, this is a way for you to get in touch with our team and ask us questions directly. To give you a few examples of what may not be good questions or what may not be questions that you want to ask us directly, would be if you are stuck somewhere and if you're trying to get some help debugging a project that you're working on. We feel that the community is very well equipped to be able to help you out, and they're always really, really, really quick to help you debug any issues like that. Because we are a really small team, it often takes us a little bit extra time to get there. So I'm sure you should be first posting it on one of the public channels, and someone will be able to cover that for you. But if in any case you have a question for us that requires you to share your email ID or any of your personal data, make sure that that only happens through a support ticket. On the left again, where you see all the channels listed, you will see a channel called support ticket. Click on that and you should be able to figure out how to create a ticket moving forward. But make sure that none of your personal data has been shared in public channels. It should only be inside support tickets, where it's only visible to you and the MLHR that you're talking to. What about challenges?
Well, we know that they're easy and they're 5 minutes for featured challenges. But as you go through the week, you're probably watching live streams and thinking about projects you may want to do, or looking at the tools and the partners we have for you that you're curious about getting started. So we also have challenges to keep you hacking throughout the week, whether you're not that, you don't have that much free time, in which case these are really easy to get done. They're meant to motivate you, to get you started, to get over the hump of learning something new or of being worried about not getting something. And because we have partners visiting us throughout the week on their own streams, there's also a chance to ask about those challenges. So we have short coding prompts and design challenges, and you can check all of those out at the challenges dashboard. And that will be where you see your featured challenges, which will be marked with a star, and follow-up challenges after you've done the featured challenges. Pretty much these are meant to guide you through getting started and getting familiar with these tools with our partners and what things are offered and available to you. You can tell it's Friday because I'm running out of steam. But our goal is to make sure that it's really easy to build up your knowledge. So that way, when you are ready to get started on your idea, it's really easy to go, oh yeah, I just learned about this tool that I have access to for free now. Or I just learned about how to make this design and turn it into code. And this is a great opportunity for you to ensure that you can just get started with your project with less barriers to entry. And we do know that the challenges dashboard is not all that new, but if you find bugs, go ahead and report it on the bug reports channel on Discord, so that way we can make sure the experience is that much better for you. Now, as a reminder though, challenges do close on the 13th of November at 8 a.m. Eastern, so better to just get them done as quickly as possible in the free time. That said, there are definitely days scheduled into Global Hack Week, which give you a little more free time for you to actually work on those challenges. Sometimes you can even do it while watching along a recorded live stream in case they're talking about that challenge, which I do know we do walk through at least 1 or 2 challenges. And then, as far as completing those challenges, attending live events, if you're worried about the points that you're collecting and wanting to see what that summary is, you'll get a daily points email starting tomorrow, which will tell you more about keeping track of what you've got, giving you reminders. And again, this is a great way for you to double check, are your points actually being counted, especially if things aren't really working correctly or you find bugs. Just make sure that you keep an eye on that. Want to tell us more about live streams?
Of course. Before we get there, I saw a couple of questions here that I want to quickly answer. There's someone here asking if they should open up a MLH generic support ticket or the Global Hack Week support ticket. If this is a question that you have related to Global Hack Week, please use that. If you have a more generic MLH question, please use that. And I'm trying to think what a more generic MLH question would be, but I'm running out of ideas. But if you can distinguish between what is not a Global Hack Week question and what is a Global Hack Week question, you should be able to figure that out. I saw another question here that I'm trying to scroll down to. This is about sending screenshots in the Discord server. To make it even more clear, when someone gives you a surprise prize, they'll exclusively tell you that you've won it, or will pin your chat to the screen. We did pin a couple of chats earlier, and we said that they had won surprise prizes, and we asked them to send a screenshot through a support ticket. That way, we know who we gave that surprise prize to during that global hack week or during the live stream, and then we are able to do the needful to be able to ship their swag out. I hope that clarifies it. Yeah, sounds good. Let's go to live streams real quick. I'm sure you figured that there's going to be a lot of live streams happening throughout the week. I'm sure you also maybe looked at our schedule. If not, we'll walk you through day one at least during the stream. But when you're not working on challenges, when you're not maybe going to school, doing your day job, or you have some time and you want to now use that to learn a lot more during the week, that's when we recommend you come and join our live streams. We always like to remind folks that while we'd love to have you for all the different streams, about 50 of them that we run each Global Hack Week, we do not want you to stretch yourself, which means we want you to get enough rest. We want you to do whatever it takes for you to be able to go through this week easily. Don't stretch yourself so much in making sure that you are attending all of those streams and getting all of those points. We really would not want you to do that. You can watch them, or all of these streams that we run, you can watch them on Twitch and YouTube channels. I'm sure you figured that out because you're already watching us live. But for anybody who's watching, going to watch us later in time, this is the two different channels you're going to watch us on. If you are ever in need of closed captions, you should be watching us on YouTube, because YouTube has an automatic feature that you can use to enable closed captions while you're watching us live. Jumping really quickly onto today's schedule, I'm going to drop that schedule link in the chat, and then we will walk you through it real quick.
I'll actually go ahead and start while you do that, actually.
So we all
So,
did that
right
again.
after this, we've got MongoDB 101. So if you've never worked with Mongo before, join Rosendo from MLH. Also, give him a big round of thanks for all the amazing partners he helped bring together. 11 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. IST for a beginner-friendly overview of MongoDB. Then we've got Cloudflare, who Harshal will be joining us from Cloudflare at 12 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. IST, where you'll learn about Cloudflare workers, other products, and together you'll build a globally deployed API. So if you've never done this before, what a great chance to learn directly from folks at Cloudflare. Then we've got building context-aware AI agents with Auth0. So another partner back to back. You'll be joining the Auth0 team at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 p.m. IST to get a hands-on deep dive into integrating robust identity and access management into your generative AI applications. So really good to start integrating authentication into your AI applications, as more and more people are using these today. Then we've got Intro to Agent Mode in GitHub Copilot with our coach, Wei. That'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern at 12:30 a.m. IST. We will work on your GitHub profile README using GitHub and MyMLH MCP servers. Then you'll join me at 3 p.m. Eastern at 1:30 a.m. IST to talk design and turning that design into code. So we'll learn a very developer-friendly, professionally utilized design tools in the market. We'll talk about using Figma, how to use it, how you can get started, especially if you're a little scared of design. And we'll also talk about getting you access to dev mode, which superpowers your development. Then we've got Vincent talking about webhooks at 4 p.m. Eastern, 2:30 a.m. IST to learn more about how they enable real-time communication between applications. Then we've got Booley talking about Docker and AI at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 a.m. IST. So if you're looking to containerize your AI projects, this is a great place to get started. We've got Kari documenting and deploying your own API, part 1 at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 a.m. IST, another beginner-friendly session to help you take your first steps into building with APIs. Vincent will be back with building a mini AI assistant with APIs at 5 a.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. IST to work on connecting language models with external data and services to perform useful tasks. So what better way to get into AI by making it actually useful? Then we've got UT. Okay, I gotta ask, how many streams does UT have this week? How many parts?
Just 4.
Just 4. Oh my goodness, it's still a lot. UT is a great streamer, has long, detailed streams. Definitely check out his part 1 to host a website on ESP32s. If you're interested in hardware, what a great opportunity. You'll be hosting your own server at 7 a.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. IST. And then part 2, so right back to back, 9 a.m. Eastern at 7:30 p.m. IST. And we'll start all over again tomorrow with a Today in Global Hack Week to talk about what we covered today and what's going to be happening tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern, 10:30 p.m. IST, so you can know what's going on for day 2.
And then, if you were wondering how do you really come back to us and tell us what you've been liking and what you think we should be changing, that's exactly how you can come and tell us all of your feedback from this week or even general of all the global hack weeks that you've been to. What you need to do is go to that link. It's a very, very short survey. I don't think it'll take you more than 5 minutes, at first, depending on how much you'd want to share with us. But all you have to do is go to that link. First, tell us which stream you're leaving feedback for, tell us what you liked, tell us what you can improve, and that's it. We also typically give out one surprise prize to one person, one lucky person from all the respondents. So make sure you're also doing that. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you who've been to our previous Global Hack Weeks and have built or have filled out the feedback survey. Because at every Global Hack Week, I have at least 50 or 60 of you come in and give us feedback. While there's a lot of reading that all of our team members have to do to get through all the 60 responses, we really, really love doing that because you share so much about all of the streams that are run, so much about what we can change, so much about how we can improve things for other people coming into to attend Global Hack Weeks in the future. So thank you so much for doing that. And please, please, please keep doing that as well. And no Global Hack Weeks are really complete without demos. I'm sure if you've been to a hackathon before, there's so much fun and there's so much excitement involved around you going to demo your project in front of a judging panel. And we want to make sure that all of the events that we run also have a way for you to come and tell us what you're building. If you are someone who's maybe building an interesting project, even outside of API Week, or if you are working on a challenge this week and want to share your progress or want to showcase something cool that you're doing to other hackers in the community, this is your chance to sign up and tell us that you want to come on board with us on a live stream or have one of us present your project by just filling up that quick form. It's super easy to do. If you open that link, first tell us what you're building. If you want one of us to be sharing more details about your project on a stream, tell us whatever you can, link us to a video if you can. Once all of that is done, we will reach out to you, to whoever is selected to come and join us for the live stream or whoever's project we're going to showcase. If you were selected and if you receive communication from us, make sure to bring all of your friends to come watch, because I'm pretty sure you will be excited to share all of the different things that you'll be doing this week. But talking about demos, I think it's only fair if we showed you a quick demo ourselves and introduce you to the world of AI. I'm sure AI is nothing new to you. You already understand how things work. But for this time around, our plan here is to show you the magic of Google Gemini. If you've been to an MLH event in the recent past, you've probably seen all of our MLH coaches also show you this magic of AI. But we wanted to make sure that we were showing you how to get started with this. If you've also heard this term called vibe coding, we wanted to get you introduced to that and also tell you how it really works. So my challenge here for myself will be to just use AI, just use Google Gemini to be able to build a fully functional chat app in just under 5 minutes. I typically challenge myself to do it in 3 minutes, but I think that's overly ambitious for myself. So I'm going to try and wrap this up in under 5 minutes. And if anybody in the chat, Cecilia, you included, if you want to time me and let me know how much time it's going to take, I am up for that challenge.
I have
Giving
risen to
you
the challenge. I'm setting my phone up right now for you.
Cool. Let's go. Let's do it. So while Cecilia is doing that, and while I'm hoping all of you are going to also time me for it, I'm going to bring up my screen. There we go. I'm sure you know what this is. This is VS Code, but now is a good time for you to start that timer if you were going to time me. What you see on the screen are three different sections. I'm sure for all of all of you who has used VS Code in the past, you know what it looks like. But on the left are all the files. In the center, you would see a file called prompts.txt that's open right now. And on the right, I'm using an extension called RuCode that's going to help me talk to Google Gemini in real time and get what I want it to do. So before I get into explaining a few things, what I'm going to do is just copy all of the different prompts that I have. And remember, this is just for sake of simplicity and just to be mindful of the time that I have in hand, is why I have all the prompts in there. But you should be talking to Google Gemini more naturally and talking to it like you would to another team member of your hackathon team. But now you would see that Google Gemini is trying to do some things, understanding what I've asked it to do. While all of that is going on parallelly, I would want to really quickly show you what's there in the file explorer and what's in the prompts.txt. So on the extreme left, I have a few files in there. the prompts.txt has instructions of what I want Google Gemini to build, which is one, I wanted to build a single page Python Flask app for a chat app. I used Python and Flask because I'm more familiar with it and I like Python more than the other languages. But that should not stop you from using other languages or other frameworks. Gemini can help you with anything and everything, any language that you are using today. I've also told us to follow some good practices, which is one, be make sure to create a virtual environment and only install libraries inside of virtual environment and all of that, right? But you will figure out when you talk to Gemini and when you see it make mistakes, because no AI can ever be all correct. There always has to be a human in the loop who's giving it feedback. And like I said, imagine that you're leaving some feedback for your hackathon team member. You're all brainstorming together and making sure it's a conversation that you have at the end to get things done. Now, if you're noticing a lot of activity in the terminal down below, while Google Gemini was building this project out for me, it noticed that there were some dependencies that needed to be installed, starting from Flask all the way up to more complicated things such as using Google Generative AI, which is the plugin or the library that we're going to use to be able to use Gemini inside of this chat app, right? So all of that is happening in real time. It's understanding what needs to be installed. It's understanding what files need to be created, and you will see all of that happening really soon. Now, we talked about prompts.txt, but we did not talk about the files that I have in there. So the last file in there is prompts.txt, which we've already talked about. The file right above it is the environment variable, or the secrets file, as people also call it, which means that's where you store all of your API keys and all of the things that you would not want to share with the external world. Which is for exact reason I've not opened that and I will not show you the contents of it, but just assume that I have the Google API key or the Gemini API key inside of it. Now, like a science fiction movie, you see a lot of files being created. There's a lot of action happening in the RuCode extension. There's a lot happening inside of my terminal. There are files being created by default. And that is Google Gemini trying to create what I asked it to create, which is the chat application. The speed here can depend based on how good your internet bandwidth is. It's typically faster than what you see on my screen right now. Right now, because I have my video on, we are streaming live, plus I have screen share all running together. It's a little slow and it's taking a little bit more time, which is why I'm very confident that I will not be able to make it in 3 minutes, but we try to grab this up in 5 minutes for sure. Now, while all of that is running, you would now notice that it's trying to use a service called ngrok, which is exactly what we use to make something that you're doing inside of your computer accessible to the world. We see that something's gone wrong. I'm going to try and debug that. I think it started to execute ngrok, but that did not go well. So it's trying to kill it. I'll let it do that. I'm going to have it go figure things out. Cool. I see that something's gone live, but I'm not completely sure if it really ran the program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first try and see if the app was running well in the background, because I would want to make sure that the thing that's running locally in my laptop is running well before I really go make sure that I can make it available for all of you to use at home. Quickly switching here to my browser. I don't think you can see it. I'm going to reshare real quick to make sure you can see it.
We have 15 seconds.
Okay, we will call this a defeat in terms of time, but I'm going to make sure that I show you what I'm trying to do here.
For what it's worth, the internet has been quite slow, so.
Yes. But we get back to this tab. Apologies for the delay. And if you were expecting things to work all correct, no, I wanted to show you that there's going to be errors that the model will make. Looking at this error right here, I know what went wrong, but imagine that we don't know what went wrong, and I want the model, or I want Gemini in the background to be able to self-solve things for itself. What I'm going to do is copy this error in here, go back to VS Code, paste that in the extension here, and just press enter. And hopefully Gemini should be able to debug and understand what went wrong. I can see that it's trying to fix a few things. It's trying to now create a different folder called templates. It's probably also now going to change a file and move it from a move index.html to under templates. I think that's going to fix the issue for us today, giving it a little bit and then going to try that. Oh, looks like it tried to fix a few things. Looks like that should fix things for us. I'm going to run that again. classic. We have that port already in use. I am going to kill my terminal to make sure we don't overload things, and then come back in here. Perfect. And then refresh, keeping my fingers crossed. I can see a chat application live, which means things are working according to what I wanted it to do. But to make sure it's actually running, I'm going to ask it a question, maybe related to something that sounds more natural. I'm going to ask it, what is Global Hack Week? And then press send. It's going to take again some time based on your internet bandwidth. Oh, it gave me a very long answer, but you can see it's not well formatted. There's a lot of work that it can still do. And that's exactly what you should be doing with when you're working with these models, to make sure you're now trying to help it with what formatting you'd want it to see and how well you'd want to change things. Now, for all of you to use this at home, we have this short link that I'm going to quickly try out for myself and make sure that you can use it. Okay, I'm going to get this ready in the background while Cecilia gets back to the slides, and then I'll share this link in the chat that you can use to try things out yourself. Remember, when you try to access my laptop and get things ready, while the 200 people on this stream try to access my computer and try to get this done, my laptop may crash at some point. Just be a little patient while you're doing this, and you should be able to get through. But Cecilia, over to you.
Well, we can keep going through the slides while you get that sorted. So, looks like things are slowing down there. But I want to take a moment and say, on a serious note, by being here at Global Hack Week with us, we're so glad you're here. But we also know that we have so many people joining us from around the world. So as you interact with our community, as you work with all of us, we want to remind you that hackathons and Global Hack Weeks are a safe space for everyone. We really want to make sure that everyone here is respected, is able to be who they are to the fullest extent, as long as it's not disrespecting other people. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, or there's something that you think isn't really all that great or respectful or polite, please let us know, whether through the incidents email or the phone number on screen. Go ahead and make sure, if you're ever concerned or wanting to review it, we do have a code of conduct, which again, you are here joining us, therefore you abide by the code of conduct. Point is, be a good human. I know that this community is full of wonderful, amazing people who are fantastic humans. So while we do repeat this, it is knowing that we have a great community at the hands, but we want to make sure that people feel safe. So make sure you respect the code of conduct. If you ever feel uncomfortable, don't hesitate to let us know through the email, phone number, or putting a support ticket. And how's that demo link coming? I think we lost Siddharth. Oh, there we go. Gemini demo is up.
Yes. Go use that link, and like 404 said, please do not crash my laptop, but you're all free to use it and check it out for yourself. While you go to that link, it may first ask you to hit on that button that says visit site. That's a standard protocol to make sure that you understand what you're signing up for. But once you click on the visit site button, you should be able to see a similar chat box where you can ask questions about anything in the world, anything that you feel Google Gemini will have knowledge about, and I'm sure it'll have knowledge about anything and everything. So go try that out and let us know how that goes for you. But last but not the least, we'd want to thank all of our partners again for coming in to API Week and supporting all the different things that we're doing and making sure that all the resources, the amazing things that they work on, are provided for absolutely free to everyone coming in to attend. There are thousands of you who join us for each Global Hack Week, and it really takes a lot for them to be able to get things ready for you to use it during this week. So a huge, huge, huge shout out to every partner who's been with us all throughout and are around for API Week as well. But with that, we now transition quickly onto our formal Q&A. Cecilia and I are going to scroll through the chat and hopefully do a good job in finding your questions. But in case we are very slow in scrolling all the way up and finding your question, this is your chance to post that question again and make sure that it's read. Did you find any questions that you want to start with, Cecilia?
I have not yet. Mostly folks are interacting with the demo. There's been a few questions that 404 has already answered, which thank you so much as always. But I do see one right off the bat, just trying to find the original question because there were some follow-ups. Let's see.
I'll get this link for you
Actually,
in.
this will address the question I was about to answer, because there's another question. So, by attending this live stream, yes, you are here. Fantastic. However, the only way we can record that you are here is if you check in to the link that we are going to provide shortly. So you have to register for the event, and then when you're at the event, you need to check into the event. By doing so, that's how we'll record your attendance. Unfortunately, we have no way of actually determining who's actually here on Twitch and YouTube altogether, so we do rely on you clicking that link when we start streams. So every MLHer, stream manager, etc., who hosts something this week is going to post a events link in chat for you to go ahead, click in, check in, register, and make sure you're good to go. And these will contribute to your 5+ live events for your bonus swag.
Do you want to take that one?
Yeah, so this is about the demo application. You can absolutely fill this out later. When we usually do the demos and presentations, most folks haven't come on stream. Instead, they've given us a link that we can show people on stream during Today in Global Hack Week. I just did that last month, where folks shared a link, told us a little bit about it, and we were able to give a live link to our watchers to demo it on their own laptop. So it is your capacity, whatever you'd like to do, but you can absolutely fill it out later. You don't have to present. We just encourage you to share the work that you've done so we can celebrate what you've been working on this week.
How about this one?
Yeah, so with Global Hack Week, you don't actually have to work in a team. We do understand that everybody's in different time zones and all over the place. But you are absolutely welcome to post on the Discord saying, hey, I want to work with someone on a specific challenge. Or, hey, I'm feeling a little bit stuck. Does anyone want to hop into Hacky Hangouts or any of the voice channels that are available to you? That's a good way to see if there's anyone online who might want to work with you on a regular basis, or just see if somebody might be able to help you out. As for finding good people and making a long-standing team, that really depends on the people that you end up finding, whether they want to keep working on things, but generally finding things that people want to work on together, whether it's you want to grow your skills together or be the #1 hacking team in whatever your country is, or whatever your motivations, try to see that they align or be willing to accommodate different motivations in search of some other common goal. That'll usually help you out. I do have one. There we go. No, go ahead. That one actually covers this question too. We're on it. So let's say you're not able to make a live workshop, you want to interact with the material, or you join late and you don't know what's going on, which is the other question I found. We have recordings that are being hosted on YouTube. And I think the link is somewhere up in chat, but I'll leave it to Siddharth to share the link while I answer this question. We know that you're busy, or we know that you have to go to sleep. In fact, we encourage you to go to sleep at a regular time. That said, you might not be able to make all the sessions. So we always make sure that there are recordings on YouTube so that way you can watch them later. By going to that, you'll be able to see any of the streams, follow along, put it on fast forward, slow it down, stare at the screen to read the code, whatever it is that you need to do, those recordings are there for you. When a stream ends, the recording will be up on YouTube for you. 9 times out of 10, those recordings will be available immediately. There's always some small things that happen that just in case it might not always be, but it will be by the end of Global Hack Week for sure. You can always revisit any stream, even the ones we've hosted in past months and past years. For example, us MLHers give a lot of common workshops every month. So if you didn't enjoy, let's say, Figma, because maybe let's say you come to my Figma workshop later and I don't explain things in a way that makes sense to you, there's another Figma workshop coming up on Monday, and you can go ahead and check it out with that coach and see if they explain things in a way that makes sense to you. And if that still doesn't work, you want another perspective, or you still have more questions that aren't being answered, check previous streams. Chances are you might get your answer that way. And if not, hop into a future stream and say, hey, I watched your recording, but I still don't get XYZ. You're always welcome to ask questions in the chat. We're happy to answer them. And if we don't know the answer, chances are we'll tell you, but we'll also tell you how we solve them. So point is, you can catch recordings on YouTube. You can always interact with them after the fact. You can ask people in chat in Discord, or you can show up to a future stream to get some of your questions answered.
Thank you so much for all that. It looks like we're also coming up on time and the questions have slowed down. Cecilia, any last thoughts that you need to give them before we call it a day?
Nope. How about you?
Yes, I would want to remind you that next up is Rosendo from MLH coming to talk to you about MongoDB. I'm sure most of you would have already gotten to know what MongoDB is by going to a hackathon, building a personal project. But here, Rosendo is getting you set up for the rest of the week, meaning while Rosendo is giving you a quick walkthrough around what MongoDB is, he's also going to show you how you can complete some of the challenges that are in there this week, and also getting you prepared for a follow-up workshop that Rosendo is going to run, or Ryan Swift rather is going to run. This is the first time Ryan Swift is running a workshop in few Global Hack Weeks. I completely forgot. But Ryan Swift, if you've not met him yet, he's the director of events at Major League Hacking. Is going to run the follow-up MongoDB workshop on vector search. If you're ever thought of building a AI project and you wanted to use a database and you don't know how both of those things get together, that's going to be a very good stream for you to go to. So get to Rosendo's stream, tell him that all of the work that he does, we really love to see that, and also learn all about MongoDB in just a few seconds. Well, that's our time. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Thank you so much, Cecilia, for also joining, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.